Here we go, here we go, here we go. You got the sound on. I heard you.
I know I'm trying. I'm coming.
You fucking up already. Look at this, man. Come on.
Look, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up. Fuck it up,
You
fuck it
fucking up, but it's all right, man. We here.
up. We
You know
are
what I'm saying?
here.
We are in the building. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah.
look at the love. It's coming up already. There we go. That's right. Hit that like button. All that good stuff. We gonna start this shit off. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling, Nova?
I told you I'm exhausted. You know, the grind is real. I feel like we are some of the most grindingest people in the whole wide world.
Even though, let's not act like that's the only reason why you're tired.
I'm
Because
actually
one of
recovering
us actually had a life this weekend. Another person was me.
what? When I say I had a beautiful weekend, I wish I could live my life like that, but I feel like I would be more than this tired.
I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't easy being greasy. You know what I mean?
If I lived in the city, I would be in so much trouble.
Why? Why would you say you'd be in so much trouble?
Because, Max, I feel like I would be outside all the time. Like, I would clock out of work because, like, sometimes I leave my office like 11 o'clock. I would leave my office at 11 p.m. and go out somewhere. Like, the whole bag would stay in the car on
No, you
rotation.
wouldn't. I'm going to tell you why you wouldn't.
Tell me.
Because you're going to be paying a lot more money to live in this motherfucker. So you're going to be working some of that time, homie. It ain't going to just be, oh, I'm going to slide. Hey, CJ. I'm not going to just slide my ass. You ain't just going to slide your ass on out the door like it's all good. You're definitely going to be on some shit like, fuck, I want to go out, but let me carry the one. Let me move it from my savings to my check-in. It might take 2 to 3 days.
Easier to for a single female because my rates are a little bit cheaper, but the rent is still higher.
Listen, everybody paying the same rent. The difference in cost in New York City is not going to be determined by the difference in price between what you pay to get an event and what I pay to get an event. It's not, no. This shit is high enough that shit don't even fucking matter. But nonetheless, that's not what we here for today. How was your weekend though? Kevin, what's good?
Hi, Kevin. My weekend was so...
Say hi to CJ.
I said hi, CJ. I said hi, CJ, when you said hi to CJ.
Just making sure.
My weekend was so amazingly orgasmic. Shout out to Lola Loca for hosting such a dope ass event. Shout out to my friend Priscilla because we are locked in now that we've hugged.
Speaking of which, there she goes.
That's what I mean. Yes. I got a chance to hang out with some sexy ass people and just have such a beautiful time. The energy of the city was unmatched. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Did Priscilla have the cookies with her, or did she just have her cookie with her?
She just had her cookies with her, but that's okay because she gotta make it up to me.
I'm mad I couldn't come out because I literally had an outfit laid out and everything, and ended up not even being able to go. I mean, I pressed that shit. Actually, it broke out the steamer just to make sure the shirt was crisp because it's been sitting in the closet for a while. You know how the shirt gets that little fold wrinkle to it? You know what I'm saying? So I even steamed that bitch like, damn.
Yeah.
This can't be life. But anyway, so here we are. And what we're talking about today is toxicity, the real culprit of your toxic life. Because a lot of people complain about toxicity from others. But often, that's why I picked the song that I picked. It wasn't a mistake that I picked that song. Because she was like, hello, it's me. Because a lot of times, we got to realize we are the arbiters of our toxic lives. And that was something that I see constantly. And what have been your experiences in the realm of toxicity? I feel like you have a few. I feel like you got a few.
I mean, professionally and personally, the toxicity just be at an all-time high. So hi Tai. I think that
What's good, Tai?
I don't even know if it's men or women who are more toxic. I think that toxic is like people's lifestyles. And it is just it's like sometimes you listen to people's stories and you're like, did that really make sense to you? Like, was that really okay for you? And the answer be yes. Like they say yes. Like it's really, so I don't know, but I think sometimes when we're like, because we hear a lot of people talk about being single and struggling and stuff like that. And last week we were talking about dating a little bit, but it's really like, are you the problem? Because I think sometimes the people who are complaining are the ones who are the problem. And then they're like frustrated that they don't need, like they're not getting their needs met. But it's like, because you are polluting the pool. You're polluting the pool that you're talking about. Hey, Joy. CJ, you think men are more toxic?
A lot of people don't see that shit. They just be on some shit like, oh, these toxic, like you hear Shorty say shit all the time. Oh, these toxic ass niggas out here, they ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. And I be sitting up here like, why is it that some people tend to draw a lot more toxicity than others? Because if it really was just a particular gender, then all of us would fairly equally get our doses of toxicity. But it don't go like that. Instead, it'd be some other shit like, some people have a whole heaping helping of toxicity, while others, not so much. That is telling you something right there.
That's right. Everybody does need therapy. Who said yes? Thank you. Oh, that's my baby. Okay, that's who that is. Hi, everybody needs therapy.
That's who?
Everybody needs therapy. That's my niece.
Oh, I thought you said your babe. I was like, who that?
Oh, my baby.
No, I heard that. I just was like, who that?
That's my niece. She is such a beautiful hot mama. I'm a bad influence. My baby got an LS page. Close your eyes.
Listen, she ain't gonna see nothing up on here. We just talk. We just chat.
We have a transparent relationship. She's a whole grown lady.
And then, of course, EJ says men are definitely more toxic. This is why she ends up in the corner with the mute button and a cap on her head. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody got time for the trolling today.
Listen, I think that there's a lot more toxic men than we like to say.
I think it's very even. Personally, I think it actually is on both sides. There's a whole lot of toxic fuck shit to go around. Yeah. A lot of y'all is outside, all the way the fuck outside with your toxicity. And it's just a matter of learning how to navigate it, how to avoid it, and how to not be it. Let me show you an example of toxicity.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you a story. Story time with Max. So I remember there was this shorty. She hollered at me. She hit me up on Facebook, one of them dating sites, whatever. She hit me up, whatever. Made efforts to communicate, reach out to me, because I was actually really busy at the time as usual. And I didn't respond quick, but I was still responsive.
Yeah.
So then that caught my attention. That's standing out, because I had a lot of girls, not to sound arrogant, but I had a lot of girls. Good night, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
I had a lot of girls hitting me up. So her hitting me up and actually being persistent made her stand out, which drew my interest. Then I actually gave her the legit once over. I checked her out and say, yo, let me see what she's looking like. All right, Boom, let me hit the inbox. Boom, bang, bow. Then I hit the inbox. We talking back and forth. We exchange the phone numbers. The conversations is good. But then and this is something you have to do. And a lot of y'all don't do this. I actually discussed this in a video that's on my TikTok. If y'all was paying attention, y'all motherfuckers should have been following the TikTok when I shared the link. I'll share it again so y'all can follow it because I'll be talking a lot of random shit on there too.
I don't have a TikTok. I'm too old for that.
Listen, TikTok is useful. You can make money off of that shit. So, but here's the thing, right? So I ended up like evaluating her as I was talking to her. I'm like listening to what she's saying, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, it's sounding good. But I noticed she had about at least, and she's a really attractive girl, tall, nice body, all that stuff. And she had mad dingy nigga stories. So to me, that raised the red flag because I look at it and I'm like, if you got dingy nigga stories like that, like you a fly chick, you're not supposed to be having all these dingy nigga stories. But see, you gotta understand something, and this is where people end up falling into the realm of toxicity. After a week of us being familiar, her communication was kind of slack because she had her own business, she does her own thing, whatever the case may be. I realized that when she has anything to do outside of being able to just hit up on the phone, her communication gets really bad. And the thing that was funny about it is we had a debate of monogamy versus polygamy. And I was explaining to her, I said, honestly, most women don't have the capacity to be a woman, to ask of a man for him to just focus on her. If a lot of women ask men to just focus on them and them only, their relationship will fall apart like this. Because the moment he's expecting 100% of his energy to be cultivated. What's up, Joy? 100% of his, hey, Izzy. 100% of his energy to be cultivated, it's game over. And the thing is, I'm gonna land the plane on this one so you can get what you got. I see you got one on the tip of your tongue. The thing is that Shorty's communication was really bad. Like I hit up, it took her like 3-4 days to get back, blah, blah, blah. I even hit up, was like, I guess I didn't make the final cut or whatever. That's cool, whenever you want to link up, whatever, you can hit me. It's nothing. I didn't sweat it. After I said that, she hits me, oh, no, I've just been really busy, blah, blah, blah. I get busy. We all get busy. Honestly, I don't think there's too many people on this planet that are busier than me. I'm always moving. You understand what I'm saying? And my thing is that I'm like, if I can still multitask and do my things and move around the way I move around, I feel like it don't hurt nothing to respond to a message. Like it shouldn't take for me to have to clap her cheeks for her to then all of a sudden, she's answering my messages before I finish sending them. You understand what I'm saying? And here's my thing. When I saw that, I said to myself, see, this is why she ends up with a lot of dingy niggas. Because, to be honest with you, dudes that have options, dudes that have a certain level of expectation, dudes that are on that echelon that you really want, the niggas is not going to sit around waiting for you to hit them back. And they're surely not going to play the monogamous game with you when you don't even have the capacity to keep a conversation going without having 24 to 72 hour breaks, bare minimum. If you're that busy, then you should be happy to share so that somebody else can pick up the slack when you're busy doing whatever else you do. But instead, she tries to go monogamous. And that's why, because only the dingy nigga that ain't got nothing to do, he ain't got no life, he probably living out of his bag and whatever else, or he's sneaking and creeping anyway. Only those dudes are going to persistently run behind you, regardless of how bad your communication reciprocation is with them, because dudes with standards and options are not doing that. Quality dudes are not doing that. Period.
All right, Max. I got some notes here. You made me break out my little handy notebook again. Back to the beginning times. All right. First of all, I heard what you said, and I agree. First, I was like, wait, but you said that you were inconsistent with your communication. So, like, how can you expect her to be consistent? But then I paused because what you did say was she was consistent at first, and then the consistency changed. So that's a sign of, that's a red flag that a lot of us ignore. And then we end up in these toxic ass situations, right? Toxic situations. Then I wrote 2 things that are qualities that would make someone a toxic person. One of the things that I wrote down is that they have nothing good to say about any ex. Like, if it's always
That's
like, whoo, that right there grinds my gears. There's this guy I follow on Instagram. That thing jams my Glock. When people have nothing good to say about any of their exes, like, it's just like, if they were to, that's a sign. And then the other sign I wrote for toxic people is that they disrespect people. And disrespect people of like the opposite sex. Like if it's a guy, every female is a B word. That they disrespect workers. Like they might talk like disrespectfully to the like the waitress or the waiter, something like that. If you are engaging with someone who talks down to people, disrespect people, those are some signs of toxic people. So that's my little tidbit.
And here's the thing. This is the thing though, is that, and I mean, I don't be mad at it because I bill them at like $50 an hour to sit with me and consult. So if you want to pay me, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I be on this show trying to give y'all $1 million worth of game for $3.99, and y'all need to recognize. Gary, what's up? What's up? I saw somebody, Duchess. Hey, what's up, Duchess?
Yes.
All right,
Duchess
so
is my bodyguard, by the way. Duchess is like, he's my people. I appreciate him.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Everybody needs their little guardians and shit like that. Yes. That's my whole thing. It is so easy to get lost in the shenanigans. Like, see, CJ said something, even though she was trolling. It's actually a real thing that a lot of women say. A lot of women do think. Like, they like to see the man chasing them. They think that is bringing them value, not realizing this dude is spending mad time running behind you trying to get your attention. That means that dude ain't got nothing better to do. Because a dude that's busy, that's about his business, that's doing what he got to do, he's not sitting around waiting on you to message him back.
That's a fact.
But that's what happens. And I mean, dudes do this shit too. Like, dudes will sit there and the only shorties they fucking with is the shorties that's pursuing them. Instead of having a reciprocation, I'm hitting you, you hit me, blah, blah, blah. No, you're not really talking to them like that, but they're running behind you. Let me tell you something. I'm the kind of motherfucker, and I like a woman with a little bit of aggression. But my whole thing is that at the end of the day, if a shorty is throwing it too hard, I'm looking at her like, okay, what the fuck is wrong with her? Because females especially, y'all are the hunted more than y'all are the hunters. So that being said, for you to be throwing your pussy like a free throw, I'm going to ask a couple of questions. I'm not a thirsty need to jump in every pussy that throw it at me, nigga. So I'm going to step back and be like, wait a minute. Okay, I know I'm tall, I'm handsome, my dick is nice and all of that shit, but that don't mean that that I'm just deserving of just a random chick just throwing it. that I don't know like that. That's different if it's a chick I know. That's different. But for a chick that I don't know from a can of paint, she's throwing it like that, I gotta ask a couple of questions.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is people, we're not asking questions, or we're ignoring the parts of their answer that we don't want to hear, and then we end up in this toxic behind situation, and it's not okay.
And see what Priscilla said. She's like, it's like what it is. There's a chase. If you're not responding, I don't even get excited to pursue you. See the key word she said there: pursue. I wish I could just put pursue on the screen. There's a difference between pursuing and chasing. Yes. I will pursue the pussy, but I ain't gonna chase the motherfucker. The only thing I chase is my liquor. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna chase a motherfucking thing.
Right.
Period. But I will say something, and I want to say something to that X thing you said. I pay attention to women that have a bunch of crazy stalker stories. Because I say to myself, again, number one, I ain't got time to be getting locked up having to throw this nigga in the fucking river. You understand what I'm saying? That's number one. Because some crazy man gonna try to run up on me and find out he just ran up on the wrong one. Then I gotta do time defending myself. I don't have time for that. So if you got a bunch of that going on, you need to stay your ass over there. It's one of the reasons why I don't even like going over to women's houses like that. It takes a lot for me to actually sleep over a woman's house.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because my environment is controlled, and you can try to run up in here if you want to. You might not walk back out, but you can run up in here if you want to. You understand what I'm saying?
Toxic men will hear that a female has lots of stalkers and be like, "Oh, that pussy must be good." And then
because they stupid, they thinking the wrong thing. They're not realizing, why does she have a train of toxicity following her? She's a toxic magnet. This shit's gonna cause trouble. You're gonna be on the street. She's gonna be doing something that's gonna be creating a toxic environment for you on the outside. Next thing you know, you're on the street scuffling with a nigga because she was out there swerving and flirting and kikiing with every other guy and giving them hope while she with you. And then next thing you know, you in a situation because you got to defend your honor, dude trying to clown you. So now you got to roll up. And the thing is with me, like I always use myself for example. I say about 95% of the exes I've ever had, I'm still cool with, right, to at least a certain degree. I don't like talk to them like that, but you know, like if I see them, it's love, and more than likely, I could probably clap them cheeks.
Oh my gosh!
You understand what I'm saying? I likely could still spin the block. I don't because I know what that is.
Yeah,
that's more toxic bullshit. But I could. If I see somebody has a bunch of toxic ex stories and everybody's so crazy, I start to look like, is it really them that's crazy, or is it you?
It's them. And like I remember once years ago, I was talking to this guy, like just talking. We weren't even really dating like that. We went out on a date, and he was talking, and you know, like he was talking about like his kid's mom and stuff like that. And I didn't like the tone. But then when he told me who she was, I had gone to school with her. And she was a really nice, kind person to me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I know her. And he said, yeah, like she's just ugly. And I was like, she's actually really beautiful. And he was like, well, I mean, she has an ugly personality. And I was like, oh, I never experienced that. She was always kind to me. So one, I'm not going to join you in down talking anybody, especially another woman. But the fact that you don't even know me like that and you're disrespecting the person you created life with more than once, that's a sign. That's toxic.
That's 100%. But the thing is, like I said, and that's another thing, like even with my son's mother, are we together? No. But we have learned to function. Over time, things have gotten better. It was a challenge at first because, I mean, any separation is going to come with some issues.
Right.
But the thing I always tell people, and I tell women this, I say, listen, I have one child by one woman, and that's it. If I could leave her, don't none of y'all get too comfortable because it's not like she wasn't fine. Yes, she was. It's not like She couldn't cook. Her cooking was amazing. It wasn't none of that stuff. It was other things which I'm not going to get into because I ain't putting that business online.
Right.
But my whole thing is, end of the day, I left that. If anybody should have had a foothold on me, it should have been her. She couldn't keep me there. I left. Why? Because the situation was getting toxic.
Mm-hmm.
I am not afraid to leave at all. And people need to learn to not be afraid to walk away from the toxicity. I don't care how good the dick is, how good the pussy is. Go ahead, Nova. You got something cranking out there.
I agree with that. Like, I think as we are talking now, we're transitioning into being in relationships with people. And I think the problem that I see in a lot of relationships, and I was a victim of this in my younger years, is that people stay in relationships even though the person is displaying toxic habits. Like, they're displaying toxic characteristics, they're doing stuff, saying stuff, and they're like, oh, I don't know, but I know they have good qualities, or I know that they're a really good person. And it's like, well, what made you stay? What makes you stay? And people will say, oh, because they have good quality. And it's like, but obviously the toxic just overruns all of that stuff. You can't put good qualities like a pure water and then expect this toxic stuff to not infiltrate it.
That's a fact. Yo, the DMs I'm getting right now, wow. I ain't gonna say what that shit said. This is what I get for playing that damn game. The dick rating game, man. That shit started some trouble.
OMG. But
that
Priscilla
shit started
said
some trouble.
Priscilla said,
oh yeah, let's put that up. Oh wait, that's actually Joy's comment. We're gonna get to Joy's comment in a second. I want to get to what Joy said. What did Priscilla say? Come on.
Some people actually don't have interesting lives or things going on for themselves, so they use sex to reel people in. And then people are easily reeled in by the sex.
And that's the thing. A lot of y'all motherfuckers gotta stop being so goddamn two-dimensional. Like, have some dynamics to yourself. Just as some, especially, what be killing me too? Especially the lifestyle motherfuckers. Like, and I'll see it. I'll see a dude that ain't been nothing but a savage. Nothing but a savage. He link up with some chick, he fuck on that, and all of a sudden, now he acting all light-skinned. He all in his feelings. He all like, oh my God, some dude's pushing up on her, and he got the eyebrows furling like this because he worried that they gonna try to bust on his girl like you ain't a whole swinger. Like, what is we doing? And my whole thing is that the reason why I'm bringing that up is that you got to learn to be true to yourself. You got to know what you can manage, what you can handle, what you can withstand, what you can handle seeing, and it won't fucking take you off your square.
Right.
Because people allow themselves to get taken off their square way too easily. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's some other comments here too. Let me scroll on down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh Lord, her and her trolling it. All right, so here we go. Yeah, but here's the thing. See, I want to put up Felicia's comment too. Felicia, her sexy ass. Anyway,
Felicia, hi Felicia.
Yeah, she's a new one to the population. But anyway, I got sidetracked. I was thinking about something. Anyway.
Come back.
ADD is kicking in. God damn it. All right. So anyway, the thing is that what Felicia put up here, this is very important because a lot of people go through this. And it says they take a lot of years to learn how to walk away. It is a process. This is why counseling is important. This is why self-evaluation is important. You cannot do anything for anybody else if your shit ain't right for yourself. That's like trying to pick somebody up and your car only got 3 wheels on. No, nigga, you gotta fix the other wheel first. How you gonna pick them up from their broken down car and your car fucked up too?
Look, that's like trying to pick somebody up when you need a catalytic converter.
Don't start with that. That's wild. Yo, that catalytic converter is nasty.
You just set me with that.
And you were supposed to send me your specs so I could look that up too. You ain't do it.
I'm stressed. Okay, I've been trying to grind to make
Fucking up. Let me put Joy's comment up here real quick.
Please. Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
Focus. Let's go. Let's motherfucking go. All right? We here. All right. So anyway, she said, what's considered doing too much for a woman? Is asking a man out on a date multiple times too much? Is telling them not to catch feelings being toxic? What are the red flags in women besides having stalkers? So you want to answer this first, or should I go?
I want you to start because then I got you. I'm gonna follow up.
All right. So for me, now I understand a lot of this is opinion based, but what I will say is that for me, what's considered doing too much is like if I'm hitting you up and I got a decent consistency, but there are times where there may be some gaps, like a few hours or whatever, because I'm working or whatever the case may be. Like I literally had a show that did that. And I think I talked about that on the show. Like I literally just had a little bit of a gap of maybe a few hours, and that was because I was working. And then when I hit her back, she was like, oh, I'm going to go ahead because clearly your consistency ain't going to really be there. Da, da, da. I was glad to let her go, and she was fine. But you know why? Because that's a red flag. That's toxicity. She's clearly toxic. If she can be that impatient to not understand that a man that is about his business is not going to be able to answer everything you want right away, like you have to give him a minute. Nobody's saying I shouldn't take 3 days to respond back, but goddamn, if I take a few hours, understand that something's going on out here. You understand what I'm saying? And then she said, asking a man out on a date multiple times. As a woman, as anybody, I would say, honestly, I'm only going to ask you once, maybe twice. And after that, if your answer hasn't been yes, I ain't going to ask a third time. The only thing I'll say then is we could do some backseat back shots, but that's about it. You lost the opportunity to go out or to chill or to do anything else because I put that off on the table and you flubbed it. Yo, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Let's get these likes up.
Yeah.
And then telling them not to catch feelings is exactly the opposite of toxic. Because the only way it can be toxic is if you're telling them not to catch feelings, but you're doing everything that's activating feelings. Because now you're being toxic. Now you're being toxic.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody not to catch feelings and you're laying up, you're canoodling, you're cuddling, you're sharing all these intimate moments. Intimacy is going to activate feelings because humans are going to human. Period. And then I would say, as far as the toxic red flags in women, one of the major toxic red flags for me, aside from the stalkers thing, is I look at a woman's ability to communicate. Like for me, if I can't have any conversations with you, that's a red flag.
Ooh.
Because if you don't have the aptitude to even keep up with my intellectual prowess, there's no way that you're going to make my dick hard. I have seen every version and fucked almost every version of sexy, fine, or whatever else you could think of. Different races and creeds. And ain't nothing you're going to show me going to be that different. If you want to impress me, you have to touch hair. Because this is the secret to my dick being hard, is hair. That's why when I go to a LS event, I'm looking at the vibes. I'm picking and choosing my spots. I'm not just, oh, she got a fat ass, let me go jump on it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm picking and choosing my spots. I'm like that with everything. I'm very strategic. I'm a chess player. I spent half my life playing chess, so my brain is normally programmed to move that way. And another red flag that I've seen, I would say, I'm listening to her health. Because if I'm talking to a chick for a few months and I ain't never heard so much as a mention of the GYN, because when you're talking to a woman consistently, she starts telling you about her regular daily routine stuff. So something like that's going to come up. And if you ain't never hear nothing about GYN, you ain't never hear nothing about this, Another thing too is I come to your crib and I don't see a washcloth. I'm a little concerned. To me,
Oh
that's a
wow.
bit of a red flag because I'm like, now granted, there are other methods, so it's not necessarily a deal breaker. But I do tend to look and be like, okay, so how's you? And, okay,
I
because
don't know.
the hands ain't enough. You gotta get something up in there, you know. But as far as psychological red flags, I would say another psychological red flag for me is somebody whose patience is lacking.
Ooh,
Because
anger.
you can't claim to want to be in a relationship and your patience is lacking. You're a failure in the making because relationships require infinite patience. Lord knows if I didn't have patience, I would have put CJ on the tip of my boot a long time ago. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so
Because, and it's nothing against her. I'm just saying when it comes to any relationship, there are always challenges. Sometimes I'm the problem. It's not anybody that's any worse than the other. Don't get it wrong. I be fucking up too. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm doing too much or I'm being extra. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody has their moments. And you have to have the patience to walk through those moments. And then also have the recognition to know when it's not something you can walk through, you just need to let it go.
Facts.
I'm done with my diatribe because Jesus, that was a lot. Okay,
So
Joy, that was a heavy question.
So Joy, there was a situation, the answer was considered doing too much. There was a client I worked with once and they were talking to a guy and they had a history of doing too much too quick. And the guy had explained to her, communicated clearly, like, I work with my hands, so I'm not able to text, back as quickly as I want. I have a few projects going on right now, so I'll get back to you and let you know, blah, blah, blah. But because when she texted him, he didn't respond, like within an hour or even two, she was like, I was spiraling. I wasn't sure if he even liked me anymore. I was wondering if he was upset with my tone, blah, 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 blah. That's doing too much, right? Especially if someone is clearly communicating with you. I know Max can relate to this, and so can I. We are booked and busy. So for me, weekdays, I think I talk to Max and my cousin more than I talk to anyone else. And it's like, those are the only people I really talk, because it's like, all right, what's the business? Okay, well, we got to talk. And then that's it. Sometimes I come home, I don't want to talk. I don't feel like talking. I'll give myself a curfew. If I get home after 9, I'm definitely not talking. But I'll communicate that. And if you can't respect that, then you're doing too much. Is asking a man out on a date multiple times? I feel like, Max, you already answered that. And telling people not to catch feelings, I think that's a good boundary. I just created my boundaries for playmates. I just created my do's and don'ts and all that stuff that I'm sending out to my playmates ahead of time. And, like one of the things on there is no kissing, because that's too intimate. And I'm telling you, we're not catching feelings. So let's not do anything that's going to provoke feelings to come up.
So you say you get feelings from kisses, huh? Is that easy?
Next question. What's the next comment?
I'm sorry. What happened? As much as I spill my shit on here, you gonna answer that question?
I think sometimes kissing is really intimate. Like, kissing is like, I'm putting my tongue on your tongue. Like, my cum is not even there. Like, why are we doing that? So I just don't want to do that.
Aw. Listen, and yes, I want to put this comment up because this comment really rings true in a very special way. We got Lems over here. She put up something. I'm glad she put this up because she needed to put this up. She needed to put this up. She needed to put this up. That's all I'm going to say. She needed to put this up. I said it 3 times.
Stay longer than necessary just so no one can actually say I didn't exhaust all avenues to make it work, but once I'm done, I'm done. Okay, so here's my issue with that, and this is similar to what I was sharing with you, Lems. I feel like there's no longer, if ever, should we be exhausting our mental health, our physical health, our sexual freedom, and all that other stuff, so that someone can continue to show us time and time again what they're showing us the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time. So, like, I think, like, we're taught to, well, did you do everything you could do? And if it's a friendship or a family member, I'm more apt to do that. But a partner, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And even with family members and friends, I'm very limited. Like, If I express to you how I feel and I give you the chance to fix it and you choose not to, I'm no longer having that conversation.
Right.
Because now I'm showing you that I don't respect the boundaries that I'm placing for myself. So you're definitely not going to respect the boundaries.
100%. Oh shit! I didn't mean to take that off the shit. But that makes a lot of sense, because with me, I say the same things. Like, I'm not going to stress myself to figure it out. I'm not going to exhaust all avenues. I'm going to have a few conversations, and I always have a penultimate conversation about a topic. Penultimate, for those that don't know what that means. I'm not being an asshole. Just everybody doesn't know what that means. Penultimate means before the final. So it's basically the pre-final conversation. Then there's the actual ultimate conversation. And in the ultimate conversation, this is when I put my foot down. I say, I'm not discussing this again. This comes up again. That's it. This is my line in the sand. This is where I draw the line. This is where I stop and say, enough is enough. You have to have that line.
100%.
A lot of y'all keep saying you're drawing a line in the sand, then you push the line back. It's kind of like having a moving goalpost. You just keep moving that bitch. And it's like, no, but this time I'm really serious. Nah, you ain't really serious, because if you were serious, you'd have been serious the last time or the time before that. Oh yeah, Nova, a couple of the ladies said they want to see that list you have.
Ooh, all right, got you. I'm going to send it.
You know what I'm saying? Because that list, it's important to have your list of boundaries, to have your list. You need to know. Go ahead. What you say?
It's not complete. Like it's like a guide, and then like in conversation we can add and subtract or whatever. Mostly add, not subtract. But
right.
It's not complete yet. But I was able to talk with someone last week who sat with me and was like, "What about this? What about that? What about this?" So it's got pre-play, foreplay, and active play, and I'm really excited. So I'm gonna.
And that's my thing. I am a very zero tolerance person. I don't care if you spread your legs in the air and fucking sun comes up and your shit turns into sunshine when the light hits it or something. I could give a fuck. If your ass is fucking up my blood pressure, if you are stressing me out, I will get you all the way the fuck up out of here. Just like Felicia said, one time, two times, third strike, you out of here. That's basically what she said. I ain't got the patience. I'm not known for my patience as it is. What you said, Jules, you said my mom's lead by example.
Yeah, see, I like that. We need to see the example, and I think that's where toxic behavior comes from, is that we don't have examples, and that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse because
all your examples are a mess. Because honestly, the women that raised us, a lot of them have a lot of damage that they never worked out, especially in the Black and Spanish communities, where things like seeking counseling and stuff for our parents and stuff was really a taboo thing. Like, something was wrong with you if you was seeking counsel, or you're gonna go into a shrink or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? In our generation, we've more normalized it to where counseling is more of an acceptable thing. I've done counseling and I counsel people myself. Damn. You understand what I'm saying? And my whole thing is that you have to understand that a lot of time, and I pay attention to this. Like, there's one girl I was fucking with, and I used to see her household because she had her children, her mom's in the crib, and I would see her talking crazy with her moms, and her mom's talking crazy, and they sounded all whatever. And I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I already know what's going to happen. And just as sure, I let it play out a little bit because I never try to assume too much. I still let the shit play out, but of course it went exactly how I said it was going to go. Because that thing is a major issue. Like, see what Jeep said. She said, you know, she don't mess with people who say they don't have patience and then say you don't have any patience. You're toxic, son. And that's the thing. Now, me, when I say I don't have patience, I mean I don't have patience for bullshit. I don't have patience for ignorance. But when it comes to trying to work something out, I'm very diplomatic. I'm going to try to talk to you first. I'm going to give it a few tries.
Sometimes, man, sometimes you're too patient. I'll be like, what? No.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes.
But the thing is, sometimes it's because when you weigh the good to the good is still a lot heavier. So you can say, let them get a chance to course correct. Because with a little course correction, a situation can fix. Because all you motherfuckers is broken. I could go down this list and start talking about folk, but I ain't gonna do that.
No, we're not, because all the people in the chat are healed, whole people.
Bullshit. No, they're not. And I'm gonna say that. Because they're not. They're not healed and whatever. They still got work to do. The majority of people, we did the percentage. Remember the percentage? What was the percentage?
I don't want to talk about
it. Hold on. What was the percentage again? Because the one who sits on a couch and counsels people every single fucking day had the wrong percentage. And guess the part-time counselor over here, guess who had the right percentage?
Me.
You understand what I'm saying? And yeah, okay. You have 40% or something like that. That shit was 15.
I said 50 because
that shit was 15%. 15% of people actually do the work and go to counseling and get the help that they need. The rest of them, them motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. They sitting there bullshitting around and they talking to their girlfriend who just as broken as they is. The birds of a feather tend to fuck up together, and they getting advice from somebody that don't know what the fuck they talking about. Oh, girl, you shouldn't fuck with him. Meanwhile, she got a dude that made like 3 babies on her. What you listening to this girl for? Tell her to shut the fuck up and go get her own shit right.
I agree with Joy. She said not necessarily broken, maybe damaged. Thank you, Joy.
Nah, fuck that. There's a Joy. That's what Joy was trying to be politically correct. Ain't no heart gonna pop up. This ain't iPhone.
What? Did you see what Jeep just said?
It's 75% toxic. Yes, because the thing is that
no more late night conversations for you, Jeep.
Listen, y'all gotta understand. Y'all be sleeping on Nova be the devil on my shoulder, want me to go all the way over there, and I'll be like, nah, chill. We gonna go a little easy, whatever the case may be. Because I already know once I roll down the hill, that snowball just gonna keep growing. So I just was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. But like I said, here's the thing: is that you cannot tell me when only 15% of people are getting help that we only got a bunch of damaged people. Bullshit. Some of these motherfuckers are straight up broken. There's a whole lot of broken out there. And I know because for some reason, a lot of them tend to find my ass. And I have to keep pushing them away like, nah, chill. Now, if you want to see me for a session, I'm happy to help you. But don't be coming to me trying to make me fix it because I'm not going to do all of that. I'll help you a little bit, but I can only help you if you're willing to help yourself. That's the brass tacks.
Listen, it's tough out here though, and people aren't. I think sometimes it's not that people aren't willing to help, but like change is difficult, and so I want us to end on how to stop being toxic or how to recognize it and move forward because we got to be solution oriented. And
we covered that though, because we did say we went down a list of you got to be able to recognize the red flags. I think that's number one. Pay attention to the red flags. Don't get hypnotized by the dickmatized or the pussytized. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get pussy whipped and start ignoring all the bullshit. Like I remember there was one chick, I used to call her Paula Panhandler because that chick was always asking me for something. Can I get this? Can I get that? Every time she seen me. I looked at her and was like, God damn, This was back in the days though, so Dr. Umar didn't exist yet. So this was before that. Because I was like, goddamn, you need to link up with that nigga, because that nigga is also that's the prince of panhandlingism. So y'all two could hook up and panhandle the fuck out of each other all day. But like I said, this chick used to, and when I saw that shit, and I ain't gonna lie, she was sexy as hell. The fucking was a great time, but I had to leave that be because that panhandling shit was getting on my nerves. Like every time, can I get this? Can I get that? Oh, and I'm just like,
oh, I don't like that.
Like you're never giving anything, but you're always asking for something. That's annoying to me. So that's something that I said.
So I think we gotta watch out. So like we said, we gotta watch out for the signs. We're gonna pay attention to the signs, and we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave because one thing that you say, Max, is like we set the tone. We set the tone for people's behavior. And so if we're gonna continue to allow the behavior will persist. If we continue to give chance after chance after chance, despite like clear signs, the behavior will persist. So we gotta cut it short, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much it hurts. And I think the reason why I'm so cut and dry when it comes to that is because through my own life experiences, I realized I wasted too much valuable lifetime waiting for someone to change, to do what they're supposed to do what they said they would do. And they just keep showing you that they're not going to do that. And then one thing that my father taught me that I loved, I remember I was in a relationship with this man that I was like, I adored him. I adored the ground he walked on. And he said, people will tell you.
You froze for a second. Say that again.
I said, people will tell you who they are. And so this one person said, I can't be the man that you want me to be. And as a woman, I was like, but you can, and I can help you. Like delusional today, Nova, that would be like, girl, you being delusional. But 28, Nova, I was in love and I got cheated on. And when I went to my father, and this is important, fathers are important. I went to my father and I told him what happened, and he said, well, he told you that he couldn't be the man that you wanted him to be. So anything after that is on you.
That's a fact.
Like, shit, lesson learned.
And this is the thing I wanted to point out. See, you women got it fucked up. And I'm going to say you women because the thing is that us guys, well, I'm going to say what I'm going to say first, and I'm going to give you the context to it. This is the problem. Y'all pick the wrong shit to build a bad nigga for. Y'all see a nigga with all types of psychological issues and try to fix this, fix that, whatever. But you'll see a dude whose head is on straight, but his pocket might be a little funny because he's still on his path. He might be still on his purpose or whatever the case may be. And y'all will diss that nigga or not want to fuck with him when all he needs is to have the right partner by his side that could be that inspiration for him. That could maybe possibly be that support system for him. And it's not talking about financial support. So it's not always about spending money. It's about sometimes just mentally being there and maybe making life a little easier for him. And that in itself can be the little bit of daylight he needed to shoot to the fucking moon. And the thing is that y'all will diss that nigga, but the nigga that's spending that cash and giving you that little sparklies in your face, you'll ignore a lot of the bullshit, toxicity, the controlling activities, the potential abusive behavior, which is typically a precursor to abusive behavior, is a controlling nature. Because a controlling person typically ends up being an abusive person. That's just the way that goes. And the thing is that you put yourself in these positions. You need to understand you're not going to get a perfect package in anybody. No matter who you link up with, there's going to be something you're going to have to work with. But things like financial bullshit, that's easy. Money comes and money goes. You got it today, you can lose it tomorrow. If that is your determining factor, you are the toxic problem that needs to be fixed. Because that's why you keep running into the fucked up shit, because you stay looking for dudes that happily just throw money around, but they got nothing else together up here. And a lot of women do that. I watch them do that shit. And I sit back and I'll say, all right, have fun with that. Meanwhile, the dude that's on his and then when he becomes the dude with money, but his head was together because he finally got to his purpose one way or the other. Now you want to come holler at him, he gonna tell you go fuck yourself. He ain't interested in you now because you didn't want to fuck with him when he was a regular nigga. You know what I'm saying?
But regular on his path, I think that's what you said, Max. That's key. Is like you said, a man who's on his path. Yes, not a man who's on the couch.
No, we're not talking about a man on the couch. A man on the couch, you leave that nigga sitting on the couch. Yeah. But my whole thing is that
ladies get
no. The problem is women's filtration system, and I'm not even just women. People's filtration systems as to how they pick and choose their partners typically are set to the wrong settings, which is why they keep filtering out the wrong shit. You're taking all the vitamins and minerals out and drinking pure glucose. Like, that's crazy. Like, no, filter out the glucose and shit. Get all the vitamins out that juice. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all filtering the wrong shit. That's another problem that's happening. And I see it happen far, far, far too often. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that drives me crazy when I see it, because I'm just like, if y'all was to just start picking up on that, the way it is, like, everybody cries about the dating pool got pee in it, but y'all pissing in the motherfucker making it worse.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So what do you want? How you want better, but you ain't doing better. A lot of people want things to happen with no effort, and that's not how the physics of this universe works. If you want to get in shape, you got to work out, or you got to go under the knife, or you got to do something. Either way, you have to exert some kind of effort to get there. If you want to get more money, you got to put some business things together. You got to create other streams of income. There has to be some work that you do.
Yes.
So when it comes to psychological shit, relationships, all this shit requires effort.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you are really willing to really make an effort? And it's okay if you're not, but just understand you need to shut the fuck up and stay single. Sit in your corner.
That part.
And just have meaningless relationships. Meaningless meaning just have flings. This is the life. Like most of y'all on here in the lifestyle. Y'all can fucking just go have some random fucks and call it a day and leave it at that. Don't make your life difficult by trying to, sling and bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't try to fall in love and waste time and do, like you're making life harder for yourself than it has to be. Let's scroll down and look at some of these comments too. I want to go back. I saw something here. Jesus, y'all are killing it. All right. And Gary was saying this. I'm going to start with this right here. Because, you see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's one of those things. And the thing is that he said, yes, Maximus, putting their toxic views from their toxic relationships into other relationships and influence how they move in their relationship. And that's 100%. Because that's going to change your narrative.
Right.
You can't get right by doing wrong. Like that's not gonna work. If you want to get right, you gotta course correct yourself. You can't worry about what the other people are doing. You gotta look at yourself. That's why you look on the flyer. There's motherfuckers looking in the mirror at themselves. That's why the song I use is there. And it's saying, it's me. Yes, it is, because it's you. You blaming everybody else is just perpetuating the toxicity that you walk around with. A lot of y'all are walking toxic with, like, if we was to give y'all psychological ratings, a lot of y'all be walking around with psychological biohazard stickers on your foreheads. Because that's the level of bullshit that y'all are doing. That's the level of damage that you have not done anything to fix.
Right. Do the work.
And do they do the work? 85% of them do not. 85% do not. And hold on a minute. I want to show you this. There was something else. And this, I like this that CJ put up here. She said, journaling about my relationships that went sour helped her to recognize toxic patterns to look for. And therapy helped her to recognize when it's time to leave. And she highly recommends journaling. Because sometimes you need to put it in front of you. Like, you ever do a vision board, like you have a plan, but it works a lot better when you write the shit down on pen and paper, just to get it in front of you and actually see the diagram of what's going on. It's the same concept with this.
Yeah, I do visions every year for my birthday to outline my year, and then I reassess throughout the year quarterly.
And that's something that everybody that needs that should do. Like me, I don't need it only because I self-eval so much. If I was to sit there and write pen and paper, it would take me like 2 seconds. Because I'm gonna have like two things, okay, this and this. Because I constantly self-eval. But if you're not the type that self-evaluates like that, I highly recommend the journaling. Because when you go over that, after you write everything down, read through it. Start, like CJ said, look through the patterns. You will recognize patterns that are the reason why you keep falling into the same situation.
Yeah, but I think that journaling it is for people who do self-eval also, because I self-eval consistently. But now that like my schedule is so intense, like, during the semesters, my schedule intensifies. I make it a plan. Like when I come home, I don't watch TV like that anyway, but I come home and I journal because I need to release. I need to see exactly what's in my heart and my mind. And then I breathe and then I do whatever else I need to do. So like, I love that CJ brought up journaling, because sometimes when you journal, you write things down. It helps you to recognize things that you didn't even realize were in your head. Sometimes I sit to journal with one thing in mind and a whole other thing comes up and I'm like, oh, all right, well, I guess that was in there. So 100%. I think it's dope. That's definitely a healing factor.
And if you want a solution, since you say you want a specific solution, the solution is in recognizing the problem. You first have to recognize the problem, jot down, the journaling is a really good one. Jot down the list of the problems that you run into consistently in your dating world. For the women out there that think it's hopeless, the women out there that think there's no chance at finding anything, because somebody seeing this is feeling that way right now. And if you're one of those that feels that way, take the time to jot down the problems that you run into.
Right.
And then after you do it, read over it and start stroke counting how many times. Jot down every problem you've ever ran into, then start stroke counting how many times this problem has repeated. And you'll look and you'll see. You'll have 5 times over here, maybe 1 time on this, 10 times on that. You're going to be looking like, oh shit. Okay, so this is the number one thing that I'm constantly running into. I thought it was this, but it's really that. And through that, you can start to remedy the problem.
Yes.
So the key point is recognition, then documentation of it, or after the recognition, you document it or evaluate it, however it is that you want to do. Then the next part is to make a plan of action.
Implementation.
What am I going to do to fix this problem?
Right.
That's what you do. You do those 3 steps, you're going to start to see a turnaround in your situation.
Agreed.
And ladies, gentlemen, no, I was just going to say the ladies, see?
That's right. I was like.
No, if y'all have constantly dating the same type of person and that shit keeps yielding you the same problem, try something different. Don't be like, oh, I can't help what I'm attracted to. Yeah, you're attracted to mess in a pretty package. There are people who are not mess who also can.
There we go.
Sorry. Did I go away for a second? I'm
For
here.
a second. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because I don't know how that happened. I had my D&D on, but my phone rang some kind of crazy way. Anyway, I'm looking through. See, there was another comment I saw. Oh, see, CJ's trying to justify the reason why you don't do the Build-A-Bear thing. I'm gonna address that. Nova, you got something for this? Because I know how you feel about it.
I've seen Build-A-Bear and gaslight established women and guilt trippers. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because I think that's an issue that you deal with when you run into like insecure men. They will make you feel bad for being established, and I think it's based on the fact that they're feeling some kind of way about the fact that they're not where they want to be. So yes, I think it's important not to personalize that, and it's hard not to personalize that because you want people to do well, and you're not like you. Also, it's a balance between being able to maintain your confidence about what you've worked for. I'm not judging you, but I still want you to be established. And I think sometimes when you find an insecure person, they will make you feel bad. They will try and make you smaller. They will try and box you in so that you feel obligated to help them. And that's not how that works. That's not a healthy way to do that. Like there's other ways to say like, I want to be here. And, if you could help me out, be honest and transparent, but don't try to gaslight, manipulate, degrade someone, minimize their success and based on your lack of, self-worth or feeling some kind of way about yourself.
And I feel that because my thing is, and I'll speak from this, a lot of women, and this is something I've said too, I've seen this with the women. I haven't seen this so much with the guys. Because I'll be honest with you, the majority of people that I've dated, because I make more than the average income. So the majority of people I've dated have made less than me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care about that. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't bother me so much. But one thing I look at is what are you doing? What efforts are you making? Are you complaining about your situation, but not doing anything to fix it? Those are toxic signs. Like me, I'm taking classes now because I'm not happy with my income where it is, even though it's killing me to take this pay cut to do this studying. It is kicking my ass. But I'm doing what I got to do because I want to get to a higher level. You got to see the sacrifice and the effort in whomever it is, be it male or female.
Yeah,
you got to see that they're doing the thing. Because I've seen girls. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
No, I'm listening.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, no. Well, what I'm saying is I've seen girls literally, and the lifestyle I've seen it quite a few times. Because we all know who those guys are that be homosexual and all that stuff out here. Mm-hmm. And ladies, y'all are perpetuating it. Y'all are sitting up here being chauffeurs. You driving this dude all over the place. You pick him up, you drop him off, and listen, I get it. Everybody don't drive. That's fine. But is he pumping your gas? Is he at least doing something to accommodate for the fact that he doesn't have this, so he's doing that instead? Because it's okay not to have, but make up for it with something. What did you say?
And you cannot pay in sex.
No, aside from fucking, you gotta make up. You gotta make up for it in some way. You gotta bring something value added to the situation. A lot of y'all don't look for value added information. You're just taking it for what it is and saying, "Oh, but he looked good. Oh, he doing whatever he's doing and whatever. Oh, he got a big dick." A lot of people got these things going on. You don't have to settle for somebody that as soon as y'all get cool, he coming with his bag and his PlayStation. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then telling you about yourself while he's sitting there playing 2K, not getting anything done.
That's exactly.
Those are not the motherfuckers you want to. Now, if he got it like that and he can afford to play 2K, then hey, play all you want. But don't be in a situation where you fucking up. And ladies, I'm gonna say it's the ladies especially. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna say it's to both. Because like I said, this all applies to both. This is something I got from an economist who's also a professor, and he came up with this equation. I wish I could remember his name top of my head. He said, if you are not in a position that you are happy with, you should at least be exerting 60 hours of combined effort a week to try to fix that. Meaning, if you have a job, 40 hours a week you donate to the job and the other 20 hours you donate to studying, you're putting in your effort. If you're working and then working a second job, getting around 60 hours or whatever a weekend to make that happen, then you're doing your effort. But if they're sitting there doing the bare minimum and talking about how broke they always is, ignore them and let them stay where they is, because them motherfuckers ain't doing nothing for themselves, so ain't no reason for you to do nothing for them. Those are the ones you stay away from. Mm-hmm. Look at what action they're taking. That'll tell you if there's somebody to say, yeah, they ain't got it like that, but they still are putting forth effort to make a change. So I'm gonna ride this train. What else you got, Nova? I'm gonna check something.
When I finished my last degree, I remember having a conversation with one of my brothers, and he was like, now that you've reached this level of education, it's going to be hard for you to find a partner with the same level of education. Are you okay with that? And I was like, heck yeah. As long as you're putting your work in and you're doing what you need to do, I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. I'm not asking you to be over here submitting literature reviews, right? I just want you to be doing your part, and we got it. If I got to pick up some of the slack, I'm okay with that. I wouldn't even consider picking up some of the slack. It's still an equal relationship to me. I think sometimes people are intimidated by their own insecurity. Not all the time, but sometimes. And that's where you get those people who try and make you feel some kind of way about your accomplishment. And so exactly what Joy said. Some of my pet peeves are like, oh, you got it. Okay, big dog. Like, oh, okay, you, or bougie. Oh, do not call me bougie. Please don't call me bougie. That makes me so upset.
You are bougie.
I'm not bougie. Somebody called me bougie because I had a Sips Club at Panera.
But can I say something? I'm bougie too, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, I ain't no shame in that. Here's the thing, and I'll say this. One of the main problems that I've seen is that people don't know how to function. They don't know how to fuck with somebody in their level. You have to know what's in your level. And if you are dealing with somebody that's above the level you're at right now, that's cool. Make them your goalpost. That's what I do. I got a few people around me that's making some heavy money. And you know what they are to me? A goalpost. I'm like, oh, I already know what I need to do to kick your ass. I'm right there on your heels already, but I'm about to go and pass your ass, and it's not on some hater shit. See, a lot of times people also, especially men, when the woman makes more money than them, because this happens more with the men than the women. The women don't really happen like that. But with the men, when their woman makes more money than them, a lot of times they tend to envy them. They get insecure, blah, blah, blah. Like I see a lot of women that are successful that struggle to acquire partners. Not because they don't look good or whatever else, but simply because they keep drawing these guys who can't handle the fact that, hey, you might be on the lesser half. I've dated chicks who are legit millionaires, like people that worked in the industry and all that stuff. So my whole thing is that in those times I was the small fish, but I still walked like the big dog. You couldn't have told me nothing.
That's
I still did what I did. Like that shit is crazy that you could ever. And then, like I said before, money is fleeting. Don't let money define you. Money is simply a tool to get a thing done. That's all money is. Y'all putting value in the wrong stuff. Stop listening to these music videos. Half these chicks, these artists talking shit in these music videos are doing the same shit that they telling you not to do. You hear Beyonce singing all about independent women. Every time you see her next to Jay-Z, she's squirreling right up on his arm, snuggling right up on him or whatever. And she's handling her domestic duties, trust and believe, because a man like him ain't gonna sit back and just let some chick slack. That dude has all the options in the world. You understand what I'm saying? So my whole thing is that don't listen to popular culture stuff. Evaluate yourself.
Right. Agreed.
That would be your ultimate solution. You got some shout outs, Nova? You want to shout some people out real quick before we land this plane, baby?
No, I'm just joking. So yeah, extra shout out to Lola La Loca for hosting such a dope ass event this past weekend.
Hold on. I got a segue for that. Go ahead, carry on.
I appreciate her. It was super amazing. She's such a beautiful hostess. I also met Missy King this past weekend. Shout out to her. She's very nice. I've always heard great things and I appreciate her. Who else am I shouting? That's really it. Everybody else on the line is dope. I'm so grateful that everybody tuned in tonight to talk about toxicity because it's such a great topic. And that's all I got. Thank you, Max, for being.
That's all you got.
Oh, yeah! Shout out to you for being
Not me.
Yes, for being my again. Every time I went to a hotel, went to a club, I was like, Max, I'm here. Max, I'm there.
But you was trying to get me to come outside, but I just couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I really could. I know you really tried. I couldn't. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick couple of shout outs. Speaking of Lola, she is ready. She got this fucking New Year's thing about save the date. She's gonna give more info as the time comes up, but I'm gonna put this up anyway, and y'all can see it. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's something else. Speaking of this, Lola has special access to me because Lola's Lola, and that's my very close friend. Right. But when it comes to the business, we are more than happy to put y'all up during the show and promote y'all stuff. Y'all gotta reciprocate, and that's all we asking for. Yeah, we understand everybody's building, ain't nobody got money like that, whatever the case may be. So we are asking promo for promo. Like, share, and subscribe on the YouTube. Even if you're gonna watch on Facebook, god damn it, go to the YouTube and sub on that bitch. And then go watch some of them. There's regular videos there that are just regular recordings. Go watch them shits, like and share them too. There's a lot of good information up on. They're using 120 something videos up on that bitch. A lot of content on there. Go check it out. There's Lola's event. That's a New Year's thing. That's going down New Year's Eve, obviously. And it looks like it's going to be at Caligula. All right, cool. That's good because that's easy for me to get to. I ain't got to put forth too much effort. I probably won't even drive that night. That might be a Uber night for me because I'm trying to get fucked up and clap some cheeks in that damn place. I want to ring in the new year smacking on something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. Y'all might want to check that out. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my friend Zuri too. She got this whole exotica thing going on. I think this is the flyer.
Oh, yes. That's going to be dope. I might be in the building for that.
Yeah, so for those of y'all looking to go to Exotica, y'all need to go holler at Zuri. She's doing a whole weekend thing. Y'all can link up. Even if you can't catch the whole weekend, pull up for what you can. You know,
Joy,
me personally. Huh?
I'm asking Joy to come with me.
Me personally, I don't know if I'm fucking with Exotica like that. Because honestly, like for me, it's just one big ass convention, and I mean, I'm not into porn like that. I'd rather make it than watch it. So I just like it doesn't do nothing for me. But I will say that it's a great experience to have. Somebody did tell me that I just need to go with the right people so it could be extra fun. So maybe that'll talk me into pulling up for a night. Maybe Maximus will make it appear. Huh?
Yes.
You say yes what?
You need to pull up.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I think and as far as anything else, because I don't see anything else here. I'm looking. Yeah. So I mean, that's all I'm gonna really put up right now.
Lola's Halloween party.
Oh shit! Where the fuck is the flyer for that shit though?
I don't know, but it's happening.
Oh, bam! There it is. I'm done. Never mind. So yeah, shout out Lola has a Halloween party. Thank you for this is why you here, because this show was nothing before you came on here. No, I'm telling y'all the mess.
That was CJ.
No, but I'm saying you helped me out because I didn't even see the comment. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, like people don't understand how important you are, and you make all the flyers and everything. Like, I do some of the other heavy lifting, but like I said, this is a relationship. It's not a romantic relationship. It's a friendship / business partnership where I take care of certain things, she take care of certain things. I'm pointing the wrong way, but you understand what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to work. And when you find that kind of synchronicity, you'll find that your relationships will work better. So shout out, we got that Halloween bash going down Caligula. That's going to be a good time. There's a parking lot around the corner. So the parking in Astoria is crazy, but the parking lot over there is very affordable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so pull up, have a good time, have some drinks, drink responsibly. You're going to do whatever you're going to do. Just take an Uber, y'all. We don't want nobody getting no dewies. A DUI is $10,000. Even if you're taking an Uber from New Jersey, it is a lot less than $10,000. And getting your license back, first of all, you're going to get your car impounded. Then you got to spend all this money. It's just be smart. If you know you're going to be doing drugs and getting fucked up and doing all this crazy shit, just take an Uber, man. Like, save yourself the headache. That's just, that's my PSA for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so next week we are gonna be on here 9 p.m. There's a post up if you want to join the social experiment group. Very easy to find. You just type it in. It's spelled the same way as no, it's not spelled the same way as this. It's spelled the same way as Nova's caption over there. I got the other version of it because I got a new phone and it changed everything. But anyway,
thanks for
I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe. Can we get some like, share, and subscribe? I want to see these subscriptions jump up from the numbers we need to get these numbers up. Yes. We are like the top show out here, and our numbers are not showing it. And we need our people to support us and show us the love. Yes. We ain't asking you for no money, not yet. But we asking you to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all of those good things. Share this on Facebook. When you see the little videos, share them motherfuckers too. Yes. Because I put up a lot of independent videos just talking about other things. In regards to this or other topics, we need this stuff shared, man. This stuff don't get around if y'all don't put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna call me and want me to spend $150 in y'all party, but ain't sharing my shit. We got problems, homie.
That's a fact.
Because my shit gets shared in the places I put it. You know why? Because I fucks with them and they fucks with me. So let's fucks with each other. Hey, what you guys think say before we land this way? I'm hungry.
No, that's it. I'm good. I'm going to bed. I got cake over here too.
Why are you looking to the left so much? You got some action up in there.
I wish. No, I'm still recovering from the weekend. I gotta go.
Ooh, the weekend. What was you doing again? Recovering from the weekend? You was doing some bald-headed hoe shit, wasn't you?
Yes, I was.
That's what's up. One day I'm gonna do some bald-headed hoe shit again. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I guess the next opportunity I'm gonna have is a Halloween party. But it is what it is. But next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once y'all here, bring up each of y'all that are here. Bring a friend with you. Tell them to sit back, grab a beverage, and watch the show.
Yes.
Maybe they could learn something. Right, Nova?
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. So we holler at y'all tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Next week.
Next week.
Peace out. Be
Good
safe.
night.
And do ball headed host.